Okay, boys, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. It's a great time to play. NFL season is getting serious this Sunday. So simple. Go to the App Store, download Prize Picks, pick more or less than your favorite players, NBA, NHL, UFC, boxing, Canelo Crawford coming up this weekend. A chance to win 100 times your money. You can pick how long the fight goes for each guy, how total punches landed, a bunch of fun stuff. It's a great time to play because if you use code TIMBO, Prize Picks will give you $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Let's have some fun. Code TIMBO, Prize Picks. Back to the show. Okay, boys and girls, we're back again for a good one here. Beautiful day. We got Tommy Gunz McMillen, newest featherweight in the UFC. We got the OG, Joseph Diesel Riggs, with many professional wins and about 50-50 on the streets.
50-50?
Now, 100% win rate on the streets.
I never lost a goddamn fight.
Really?
Okay, never.
Never lost a street fight in his life. And look at his hand. I beg to differ after looking at that hand. But today, we got a great guest for you, W.A.D.E Plem, one of the boxing gurus and one of the biggest boxing YouTubers online. And if you're really into boxing, make sure to check out his channel. He's got a great channel. All right, boys and girls, let's get that posture up, grab a refreshment of your choice, and let's get serious, huh? Let's have a good day. Here we go. W.A.D.E Plem, thank you for coming in, brother.
Hell of an intro, man. That's awesome. That music, the posture reminder, this is great.
Dude, hell yeah. Thank you. How long you been doing YouTube nowadays?
Oh, man. I don't know. You guys can't see it, but I got my established sign right here. 2017 was when I started.
Damn.
Yeah, OG, man. 2017. I was I was actually in training to be a pro wrestler at the time, believe it or not.
And then you decided to start a YouTube channel, and did you just start on your phone, or how did you end up starting?
No, I had the old Logitech webcam. I went out and bought some things. I was making decent money, busting tables and being a server as well. So I was saving because my rent wasn't very expensive. So I was going out and buying all the equipment and honestly just teaching myself. I taught myself how to use this stuff, how to edit, how to make thumbnails, everything, and just started to cover. Honestly, I started with MMA, believe it or not, and found my way into boxing and started training more boxing, and it just kind of flourished from there.
Yeah, I mean, we started a similar way. I got a Logitech, I had a laptop, I had an extra room. I learned to make thumbnails myself, and we were just kind of I started it on Sean's channel, but we started a similar way. Just started trying to figure it out a bit. I'd have to go back on my YouTube channel and see my very first YouTube vlogs.
What's a guess?
I was 20 years old trying to do a phone vlog, so
no kidding.
15 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, taking a little hiatus here and there, but now I've been at it pretty consistently.
I remember seeing some of yours and Suge's old school phone vlogs when you guys lived at those apartments together.
Oh yeah,
still in Montana.
That's
I watched
right.
Some of those.
That's right. So how did you end up being with Misfits? Did they reach out to you, or how did that come about?
So, well, number one, I want to give a big shout out to Tommy Gunz on his win, man.
Yes.
Huge win this week. Congrats to you, brother. What a win. What a performance. I was watching and being like, okay, Tim's got him another dog in the gym. You know what I mean? So,
I mean,
yes, sir.
Everyone's butt was pretty puckered in that first round there. We didn't expect. It's hard to prepare for a fight. Be like, well, I'm gonna get knocked out and choked out in the first round, then I'm gonna try to come back and win.
Yeah,
I think that's great to have that happen in the first round and come back and win the decision. That's fucking huge.
I mean, yeah.
Show some stones, man. Just absolute monster perperformance, man. So I wanted to say congrats, but
thank you.
Of course, bro.
We'll
On the Misfit side of things, when the whole influencer crossover boxing thing started, a lot of people were looking at it and kind of just pointing the finger and saying, oh, look at this goof show. Like, look at these guys. They're not boxers. They're not fighters. It's a nice spiral right there. Don't tell me you're not a football fan, Tim. I started to watch more and more, and I was like, listen, I have been in their position. I'd started boxing training, and I knew kind of like the ins and outs of just starting, regardless how much money you have. And I was trying to speak to like, okay, these guys are giving it the actual college try here. They're going for it. Mm-hmm. And I just started covering it more and more, and the channel got bigger, and Misfits kind of saw what I was doing. and I had already worked one event and done a decent enough job in a play-by-play spot, so they brought me in.
Dude, that's awesome. How's it been working with them so far?
I started with them in 2022. It was great. You know, we had massive events on that side of the aisle, right? Mostly in the UK is where they do a lot of stuff. And I'm based in California, so those flights became a little brutal. But hey, you know, it was work and I was having fun. It's been good though, man. Their growth and the growth of this entire crossover space. I mean, Tim, you've seen it. You guys are good friends with Jake and Logan Paul and those guys. You've seen how big and how lucrative this thing has gotten. So it's been nuts to see. I remember the first show they did. KSI was returning to box. He did 20,000 in the venue, and all 20,000 it felt like were sat there for the first fight of the night. It was crazy.
Dude, that's pretty badass. Is there? I mean, I heard rumblings of Andrew Tate and Cowboy Cerrone possibly going at it. Is that any truth to that?
I have heard there's talking to Andrew Tate. I don't know if it's Cowboy. I don't know exactly who, but I've heard they're talking to him. I mean, Ariel obviously reported it last week, but it seems like it's a legitimate offer, and Andrew Tate's at least considering it. So I don't know if it's Cowboy. I mean, shoot, who doesn't want to watch Cowboy fight? That'd be awesome, right? Get some money after MMA if he's able to get back in there and still do it. But I don't know who it's going to be, but they're looking at having him fight for sure.
And it would be, I mean, I wonder if Misfits would be interested in a kickboxing match, or are they just purely doing boxing and some MMA here and there?
No, I think they would be. I mean, you saw that they just started their MMA thing with Dylan Danis coming back and wrapping the guy's neck up in about 12 seconds. But
huge call out to Islam Makhachev after that bout.
Oh, you know Dylan, man. Dylan's going to call out everybody afterward, you know? And he should, by the way. If you're Dylan, you take advantage of this opportunity. You have to, right? I saw Eddie Hall get in the ring. I was like, all right, I'm down. This will be insane. Whatever, man. But I think Misfits would do it just because they want to be a home for the everything else, right? The UFC is the home of the highest level martial arts. Right now, the Ring Magazine is one of the homes of the highest level boxing in the world. Misfits is looking for that everything else, right? There's some high level boxing in there. There's some entertainment kind of sideshow stuff. And then there's the crossover aspect. So I think they would love to have a kickboxing match.
Yeah, I mean, God, if they had Andrew Tate fight, that would be absolutely huge. But I can't imagine the amount of money he would be asking.
Yeah, that's the big issue is like, well, number one, obviously he's got a little bit of a checkered, controversial past and some things going on still. So can you get the distributor and DAZN to get on board with it? And then the money. Yeah, like how much is he going to take time away from, whatever he calls his Hustlers University or whatever to come and do it? I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we saw Darren Till and how good Darren Till looked. I mean, when Darren Till is in shape and he's taking something serious, the dude is scary, especially when it comes to 3-minute rounds and boxing. Yeah. I'm so curious. I mean, I don't think it would be like a giant fight. For us hardcores, I think it would be a big fight. Darren Till versus Jake Paul. How do you think that would go down?
It's tough to say, man. I know a lot of people want to jump on the Darren Till smokes him train. And listen, I'm as big a fan of Darren Till as anybody. I love watching him transition to boxing. I think he's one of the – I think you have one in Sean O'Malley that could transition very easily. But there's not many MMA guys that have come over that have been very good with their hands and almost have a base of starting with their hands. And the UK guys especially, and I think, Tim, you know this, MMA and the grappling side effect of MMA is just now really coming to the precipice in the UK. It's usually been a kickboxing, boxing island, right? That's their base usually. Mm-hmm. And now you're seeing the Tom Aspinalls and the Leons and those guys and the Patty Pimblets. But I think that Darren has a good opportunity to build. I just think experience would make the difference. And Jake is a lot more experienced and as a boxer. And I think that Jake would still beat him right now.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you just because he's just so in it right now. He is so in it. He just had that win over Junior Chavez. He had the win over, I was ringside for Anderson Silva.
He's consistent, man. He's just consistent. He keeps fighting.
Yeah.
Getting better.
And he's a big athletic guy. And what is he, 27?
Yeah, he is.
27.
Big boy too, yeah.
Yeah, a young buck. So I'm really curious to what the fight with Gervonta Davis, what the weight stipulations are going to be. Is there going to be a clause that Jake Paul can't show up the day of on over 185 pounds? I mean, I know they did that with Ryan Garcia, so I can't see there's any way they're not.
Jake's not getting to 185, Tim. He's too big.
Yeah.
He's not getting down there.
Yeah, I mean, you see MMA guys do it, but you don't really see boxers doing it. He
went up to 230 for Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was walking around at one of his shows in Florida, and he looked like a big puffball. I was like, you don't even look like the same human, dude.
Yeah, 230.
And somehow he got down to 200 for Perry, but I don't see him getting to 185 again ever.
Yeah, no,
I don't know how you do it.
He's soft at 230 for sure.
Yeah, but still.
I think he can make 185. I do.
Yeah,
I think he can do it. I just don't know if
I don't think he will.
making them really care enough to do it.
In that time frame, no way. So I'm curious, have you heard any rumblings of what weight that Gervonta fight will be?
I've heard 195.
Oh
God.
Yeah. Well,
tits
now
will be swinging
so
that
let's
way.
exactly. Let's be clear about it. It's 195 for Jake. Tank is not coming to 195. This is an exhibition bout. I even right now I saw an article. I don't know how true it is. They're still trying to figure out like if Georgia's going to allow this thing to go down. But I don't know. Like as an exhibition, Tank will weigh what he wants, and Jake just probably can't be above 195.
yes.
You know?
Damn. I mean, shoot, even still. But
Seriously.
yeah, I'm
It's
curious.
crazy.
I don't
No,
think
it's
that fight's
insane.
going to go down. Personally, I don't think it is.
I don't see
If
how it
those
could.
two are walking to the ring one day, that will be pretty crazy.
I think it will just because, I mean, the Floyd Logan.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if they can make that happen.
And if Gervonta's, they're offering him $50 million.
The money probably being splashed in this fight is absolutely insane. So anything could probably
What was the
happen.
weight difference in the Mayweather Logan Paul fight?
It was about 60 pounds.
Was it really?
Yeah, see? So.
Yeah, Logan had to be like, I think it was around the same 190, 195, and Floyd walked in there at like 150 or 140.
Let me ask you something. What do you think about Steve Willis,
What about?
the referee? What do you like watching him ref?
I mean, the thing with me is like, I try not to like watch refereeing as much. Therefore, I can't get upset about it. You know what I mean? Like if it's egregious, then I'm like, okay, you know, multiple offenses of just doing stupid things, then I have to like, all right, well, I don't like watching you do your job.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's not a huge deal to me.
It's not how he refs, it's how he looks. He's just, the guy has these bug eyes that are crazy. I really enjoy watching it.
But Steve hasn't been a part of it. I think Steve is stopped refereeing in a while.
he?
Like
How
he hasn't
long?
refereed in a while.
I've never seen him ref live. It's just different clips.
He does have the most memeable face for sure on
Right.
in
You know what
referee.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, he's good. So Wade, you'll be there live for Canelo and Crawford.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins the fight? How will they do it?
I have Canelo right now. I just think that there's multiple things that you can go into this fight and give each fighter as far as advantages, right? I think that Canelo Alvarez, obviously, it's not his size, it's his familiarity with the weight class. People are talking about Canelo's size versus Crawford. They stand next to each other. They're pretty much the same size, right? And this is out of camp. Both guys probably around 180 to 185 pounds. Canelo's more dense, a little shorter, has about a 3-inch less reach, right? 71-inch reach. I just think Canelo's familiarity with 68, his power at 68, because Terrance Crawford has never fought at the weight class. He has one fight at 154, spent most of his career at 147 and 140. It's going to be a massive gap, not just to maintain that weight and maintain your skills and your speed and your timing at the weight, but also how do you take punches coming back at you, right? Not to say that I want Terrance to take punches, but it's a boxing fight. You're going to get hit in there. So I have Canelo. I could see Canelo in a very Billy Joe Saunders-esque type of fight where he starts losing rounds early. And Billy Joe, even into the 6th round, was hitting Canelo with some stuff. It just wasn't affecting him. He was just walking through it to get to the big punches. And then he ends up breaking Billy Joe's orbital bone. I think Canelo late stoppage or, I'm going to go Canelo late stoppage.
Damn, just too big, stalking him down, putting him in the corner and roughing him up. God, yeah, you see Canelo's neck, and it's same width as his head.
Like a toe.
Yeah.
So, he can take some shots.
You can.
Okay, boys and girls, this episode is brought to you by Spade. It's 0 sugar, 0 calories, all natural, 6 flavors, cola, yuzu, lime, guava, blueberry, acai, kiwi, strawberry, Dr. Spade. And there's only 6 ingredients, including water, sweetened with the most premium form of stevia on the market. It's caffeine-free, it's dye-free, without all the crap. Added electrolytes for a hydration benefit, just as healthy as a sparkling water, and just as flavorful as a traditional soda. And for our listeners, Amazon link in description, TIMBO Spade 10 for a clean 10% off. Back to the show.
But I will say there's going to be openings for Terrance Crawford. He is a very, very skilled boxer out of the southpaw position, We know Lara gave Canelo problems out of the southpaw position. We know Billy Joe, for as long as that fight went, was giving him problems. It's just a matter of
Amir Khan orthodox or southpaw?
Orthodox.
Amir Khan's orthodox, and Canelo flatlined him. But the only guy to fight both guys, it's a good point from you, Tim. The only guy to fight both Terrance Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is Amir Khan. So love to hear what he has to say on it. But I just think Terrance has got to get respect at some point in this fight and can't just win exchanges, because eventually you can't take those punches. I'm not saying Canelo's a world beater with the punches at 68, but that's against guys like Berlanga, 190 pounds. Kovalev, who's probably 200 when he's not at 175. Bivol at 175. People are like, oh, he's not knocking people out, but he's knocking them down. And these are 190-pound guys that are cutting the weight. So I just think it's going to be too much, man.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, that's a great outlook on it. I'm so curious, like, how many people are we going to see in that Raiders stadium? There's no way they're selling out with floor seats 80,000.
No way. What's a good prediction? How many think they're going to actually draw?
I mean, I heard a rumor in Vegas that the ticket sales are not doing great. I mean, but seriously, the Raiders stadium, I think they might have done that because that was the only arena available on that date. But that is insane.
They had to buy the date. They had to buy the date. UNLV plays football there, and they had to buy the date off them because, you know, a Saturday, University of Las Vegas, Nevada, they're going to play their football games there. So you had to buy the date. But I don't know the numbers and what they will be. I saw some things online. I just don't know how to, put credibility toward anything until I can see it myself.
Yeah,
I heard it was 55,000 as of right now. That they have some ways to go in fight week, and I don't know what the walk up's going to be. But again, I have no idea. I assume once we get to fight week and the events surrounding, like they're having a Radio Row that I'm going to be a part of. They're having some undercards. They're having an entire event go on during the week. So I think it's going to be very fun.
Dude, that is awesome. I mean, I wonder when all said and done, if one of the Saudi people sat down there and looked at the numbers, how much I lost and how much I made. I wonder what that number looks like.
It's a good question. And, for all the things that are talked about with boxing and the landscape of it, I mean, hell, we just had Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather get announced last night. Crazy.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw that. We'll talk about that in a second.
Are you kidding me?
You didn't see this? They're going to do an exhibition.
No, I did.
Yeah, exhibition.
Horrible. Why not?
Crazy.
Huh?
But I will say one thing. I do work with the Ring magazine, but Turki Al-Sheikh has dumped money into this, lost money, and in boxing as a venture to try to bring boxing back to prominence in a way that honors the sport, because boxing let itself get taken over by circus events, right? It let itself get taken over by entertainment over value of fighting, right? It's not the best. We have the best versus the best, but more people would rather watch Jake Paul Gervonta, or more people would rather watch Jake Paul Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying, and I do know that he's putting a lot of effort, a lot of time and money into it. So I'm very appreciative of it, because you're getting matchups like this. You're getting better BF Bivol. You're getting Usyk and Fury, and these are mega events and mega fights that you want to see. So
yeah, so he just must be just passionate about it, passionate about putting on these legendary events. Yeah, thankful for that guy for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Dana got in business with him for a reason. He sees the passion, right? The TKO boxing venture that's going to come up, Dana's going to be a big part of it as well. And we know that when Dana puts his mind to something in the combat sports scene, he usually gets it done. Yeah. So, I'm excited for that.
I mean, what a treat for us to be able to just watch it free on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
It's fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah. I love Terrance Crawford, though.
Do you?
I do.
So
he's cold.
You learned many tricks from him?
No, I'm not a true southpaw. But
yes,
I do like watching him fight.
Well, I mean, you recently sparred with Dillion Danis a bit. What was that like?
I should have called you before I did.
Did he tune you up?
I needed some help. No, he did. He took care of me, but it's just, I'm not. I haven't grappled really ever. I'm like a very 2 months into. I don't know why I started with no-gi, but 2 months into no-gi grappling, like nothing.
Yeah.
And I boxed. I had my first boxing match this year in January. I had that, but I just didn't know what I was getting into. And Dylan, he very much so wanted to use that opportunity to show, hey, I'm still a fighter. You know, you guys can say I'm just a shit talker, I'm a fighter, right? And obviously I'm not. So he choked me out a couple of different times, and it was just an experience to show me the mastery level of grappling, how effortless it was for him. I'm a 210-pound guy.
Yeah.
And I was, I couldn't move. He was like, you're using too much energy. You're going to gas, dude. You're using too much strength. I was like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to do? Like, I don't know what to do here.
That's all you got. I mean,
Yeah.
a black belt like that, who's trained for that many years and under the instruction he's trained, you get underneath someone like that and you don't know what you're doing. You're just not getting up, and they can do absolutely whatever they want to you.
Crazy.
So that's cool that you did that though, and even put it on the line like that a little bit.
Oh, I'm gonna start training because of it. You know, I played football all my life. For probably 21 years of my life has been American football. So I had no idea this other level of dedication, hard work, and just a hard sports. Combat sports are the hardest sports to train, and people don't realize it. It's not run for 6 seconds, take 30 seconds off. It is brutal. It is just miserable. And you got to be a special human to do it. That's why I give, all you guys credit. Tommy, obviously Joe, you, Tim, you guys are monsters, dude.
It's such a hard sport because, I mean, these circuits I had Tommy Gunz doing, I mean, they're without impacting his body
Tommy,
too
what
heavy.
was it? Tell me, what do you have you going?
It would be like, okay, say one circuit, a minute on the treadmill, 10 miles per hour, 7 incline, straight off that, get on the VersaClimber for a 1 minute sprint on the VersaClimber, get off that, straight to the Airdyne for a 1 minute sprint on the Airdyne. Straight to a 45-pound plate where you're throwing hay bales over your shoulders with the hay bales, and then on the mitts, burning out on the mitts. 3 rounds of 5 minutes of that, just trying to spike your heart rate.
6 minutes too, a lot of time. You're doing 2 minutes on the mitts at the end. So
yeah, sometimes we were adding to it just to push him more, but trying to spike his heart rate 0 to 190 as fast as we can, and then try to keep it there. Like, that's the only way to prepare your heart and your mind a little bit for these fights. Like, you saw the first round of his fight. How do you train for something like that? It's like,
I was just in the gym getting knocked out by spinning back elbows.
yeah, you just can't train for something like that. It's absolutely fucking brutal, the sport.
Just putting a 50-pounder on the neck.
Yeah, just throwing a rope around my neck.
Tommy sacrificed his life in that guillotine and said, "Take me, God, if you're going to take me now." And spun around.
People's champ, baby.
Well, Tommy said he woke up with the kid on his back.
Did you really?
I mean,
crazy.
Well, because I got cracked by that elbow, and then if you look at the fight from the last 3 minutes, I'm just surviving. I can remember I'm hearing Tim in there a little bit, but I'm still wobbled, seeing like threes, and my feet aren't there, and I'm just hands up, getting cracked by other shots. The next thing you know, like, I woke up and the kid's on my back, because it's like that's when I started to actually come to. And I was like, so I was just coming to when I was in the guillotine. I was like, oh, shit.
And me and Tommy rolled up into McLaren to the fight, probably the first Contender Series fights to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, we can't go out like this, Gunz. No. Tails tucked back to the McLaren.
No, Unc, you know I'm about to die over that.
That's going to serve you well as you go on, though. Having it
for sure.
I thought about all that. I was like, bro, I'm Tim's boy. Tim's talk like
While you're in the choke,
put his word on me. Yeah, it literally slowed down. I thought of all the things of why I wouldn't tap. Like, I was just thinking of all those things. I was like, bro.
Yeah, that is because the high elbow guillotine. Okay, high elbow with no full guard. There's ways out. There's way to spin, push on their hips. But when someone jumps full guard and they have a high elbow guillotine out on you, there's usually zero escape. So when I saw that lock up, I'm like, oh, fuck. Then he went to mount. Then he started wiggling a little bit. And then I saw his thumb go up. I'm like, holy shit. That was insane.
He's got that dog in him, man.
Yeah.
Facts. That's usually curtains, huh, Tim?
Yeah, for sure. So Dillion Danis, how did they end up finding his MMA opponent? Actually at the tire shop?
Okay. So the guy he fought, Warren Spencer, had fought on Misfits a couple different times as a boxer. They had said he had MMA experience. I hadn't seen much of it. I know he had kickboxing experience being around. He's one of Andrew Tate's boys. He's like, I think trains with him.
Yeah, I've seen him in some pics.
I don't know. Dylan told me this. I don't know how true it is just because I can't verify it. But he said people like Tony were offered the fight. Tony said no. He said Jorge Masvidal. He said some other people as well. He wouldn't say who the other ones were, but I guess a bunch of people were offered.
He said Tony Ferguson got offered that?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, because when that GFL shut down, that was the fight everyone was so pumped for Tony Ferguson, Dillion Danis. I wonder how much truth there is to that, but that's a sweet fight right there.
Apparently,
I mean,
apparently
even
Tony
do it now.
Was trying to hold out for that GFL fight to maybe even potentially happen, but so he said he'd probably be down now if they ran it in Misfits.
Right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be the fight to make.
I think it makes the most sense, right? It was going to happen already. You do it on Misfit's platform. It is a MMA legend, and people have just been clamoring for Dillion to step up the competition, even since the Bellator days. So now it's time, right?
Yeah.
So I'd love to see it.
I mean, gosh, Dylan Danis, he says he's starting to kind of grow on me a little bit. He's kind of fucking entertaining, some of the shit he says.
Dude, when I sat down with him, I was like, dude, this guy is a super likable dude.
Yeah.
I could hang out with this dude every day. He's awesome. It's just, you know, the stuff he says, and he gets under people's skin. It's just like anybody else. I'm sure before you met Jake and those guys, you're like, fuck these guys, man.
Yeah.
Like, then you meet them and you're like, they're actually pretty cool, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, he's a beast to be able to do things that he knows is going to get so much hate. And if you're getting on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook more than a couple times a day, it's like, and you just read hate, that would fucking add up.
Start hanging yourself.
Unless you do it, you know what you're doing it for. I'm doing it to become a character and make money, do your tweets, put it down and never look at a reply. That's a little different, but he's a beast for being able to handle that.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I think that this is a good fit for him. And Misfits has brought a lot of, MMA guys over. They just had Luke Rockhold, Darren Till, Tony Ferguson. They're kind of building that. If you're not in the UFC, you might have a place over here, and they're building this MMA thing out. So I like what they're doing, and I think Dillion could potentially be the face of that.
Yeah. I mean, that Darren Till knockout on Luke Rockhold, holy, that was fucking brutal.
I feel for Luke, man. I feel for him.
Me too. I'm like, God damn. Luke, you got to give props to him, though. He keeps stepping up. He's 40-some years old.
It doesn't affect his mental. He still thinks he can do it. I mean, Luke's fucking good. I've trained with him. He's one of the best guys I've trained with.
I've heard from multiple people. He's just, when you train with him, he feels like a world champion level athlete, for sure.
And it's crazy and sad to see him go out like that, because his last part in the UFC, he was getting folded up quite frequently, right?
I think his last fight was Paulo Costa when they got that blood all over him, and
was it?
And then Mike
Crazy
Perry.
fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a banger of a fight.
That was an awesome fight.
Yeah,
he got knocked
Luke
out
with the left
times.
hand off the fence. Wow, that was sick.
Yeah, it really was. So, all right,
but no, you're right. It does feel like Luke has, I think he has a good attitude about it. Like, even after the fight, he's like, hey, I gave it a shot. It is what it is. He's not a boxer. And Darren was clearly the better skilled guy for it. But, dude, we're getting 40-year-old Luke. Imagine Strikeforce Luke. Imagine
that's a different
early
dog.
days UFC Luke. That's a different animal, man.
Yeah.
He was one-arm guillotine Bisping while he's looking around in the crowd, and it's over. It's like, it's nuts, man.
Yeah, there's something about, I tell you what, the most dangerous people are those undefeated people with that confidence, where they have no losses, no blemishes. Every time they've left the cage or the ring, they've won. So every time you're walking in there, you got a serious level of confidence.
They know nothing else.
Yeah, so Luke back in the day was a fucking dangerous dude. Okay, so you trained with Mike Perry kind of recently. What was that like?
Yeah, it was great, man. I've known Mike for a bit now. Obviously, I did the face-to-face for him and Jake before their fight, met him down there. He's a solid dude, man, but he is just, it's like the people you hear about eating nails for breakfast. That's who I think Mike Perry is. He's just tough, man. He's just a tough SOB.
He's one of those.
Watching him.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, watching him train, you get that more respect for it, because it's like he just goes hard the entire time. It's barely any warm-up. And we just did mitts, and then some heavy bag work, but he's just hard. Like, he's just hitting everything hard.
Yeah.
There is no touch, nothing. Like, he's just swinging. And it's 3.5 minutes, sometimes 4 minutes of him just throwing bombs. I'm like, oh my God, dude, forget that. I did 30 seconds and I was like, I'm done. Forget this.
He's one of those, like, just, if he was a dog, he'd be one of those pit bulls that are built for fighting. He's just,
with a huge weight around his neck.
Yeah, he's just
a
pit bull built for fighting. Bare knuckle. I mean, his neck, how thick it is, how big his head is, and he wants you to punch his head. Like, it's so people are scared.
It's
to
crazy.
Really
it's like his best defense. He's like, yeah, hit me in the face.
Yeah, hands by his hips. Yeah, it's insane. But what a nice dude he is, huh?
Such a sweetheart, man. And that's the thing. You call him a pit bull because you can have that. Like, you don't want to play with a pit bull if they think it's playtime. It goes a little far. But they're so sweet. And Mike's the same way. He's just a good dude. He sat there and talked with me, and yeah, when he's not switched on and ready to fight, he's just the nicest guy. And then I was down there when he did his face-to-face with Jeremy Stevens on the phone. It was like the virtual one. So I have this great talk with Mike, and he's being super nice. And then I go in the other room to finish up some like B-roll filming, and I hear, "Listen here, motherfucker! You don't want no." He just clicks it on like that. Started dying, bro.
Yeah, that's.
It was hilarious.
And
he is jacked in person. Holy
Bro.
shit,
He's stout.
huge.
He's stout.
And you know how they describe Yoel Romero? Like Joe Rogan had said, he put his hand on him and it was like a piece of wood. That is like Mike in a smaller version. He is a very dense dude. Like he's just ripped, but it's like he's made out of adamantium or something. The way he walks around and again, just the way he punches, it doesn't sound like a regular punch. It sounds like thudding, like.
And when he's literally clenching his fist and throwing everything he got with bare knuckles at your skull, it's like, that's scary. But again, I mean, even the first, I would say 2 rounds, Jeremy Stevens has a fucking chance. That dude can crack. He's cracked multiple men and watched them fall.
I think Jeremy's going to win.
Do you?
Mike Perry's one of my favorite fighters.
Oh, bro. Mike Perry's the G.
He's awesome. But Mike does, I mean, listen, like you said, Tim, Mike gets hit. And he was cracked by Eddie Alvarez, wobbled by him. Even Luke cracked him with some big-time stuff in their fight, He's been hit and he's been hurt. He's just able to sustain it and stays on his feet. Jeremy can absolutely punch, though, man.
Yeah. And Jeremy's going to be one of those bare-knuckle guys that's not afraid to fucking wing them. So.
Yeah. What's the weight at? You know what their fight is?
I don't know. I know Jeremy's got to come up, though. But Mike is
175, if I saw
Yeah, Mike
something.
was saying something about how he can't weigh over a certain amount, too. I don't remember, but Jeremy does have to come up.
Mm-hmm. That's right. There was that weight clause. Well, I guess Mike Tyson versus Floyd just got announced. What's your initial thoughts of that? Who's the guy? I wonder what promotion it's going to be. What rich guy, some billionaire sitting there. You know what fight I want to do? Hit these managers up. See if Floyd wants to fight Mike.
You think that's going to do fucking terrible?
We'll watch.
Someone said on Twitter, this is the perfect way to describe it. I'm glad you brought that up, Joe. Someone said it's either going to be one of the most watched events ever or 10,000 people are going to watch it. Like, it's going to be either great or it's going to be so bad that no one even knows it's happening when it's happening. Because Floyd has had these, right? Floyd just fought John Gotti III a couple months, or I guess last year, and no one even knew it was happening.
God, but Netflix, they got Canelo, they got Crawford, they got Jake Paul, Gervonta. I wonder if like Prime's licking their chops, like, oh, maybe we could get Floyd, Mike Tyson, or any of these other big streaming services. Like, hey, we'll pay, and then we'll do the production of it too.
They're making money like that for sure.
I think it'll be big. I think that'll be big.
So.
I don't know.
I don't know who's going to pick it up. There's the company behind it's called CSI Sports. I'm not familiar with them, but I looked at who is like on the back end of it, some of the execs, and John Skipper is one of them, who was a big wig at ESPN forever, like the head honcho over there. So I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. So we'll see. But as far as like the fight itself, I don't even know what to make of it, dude. One, I feel like it's a little sad for Mike because for the Jake fight, at least we had the mystery element of what Mike was going to look like, right? And this was the thing that sold it for a lot of people. Like even my dad, who's not a massive boxing fan, stopped watching boxing probably when Mike Tyson stopped fighting. He's this super, redneck country guy from the South. He's like, listen, Mike Tyson from the old school, son. He walk in there and it don't matter what Jake Paul got. He's from the old school.
Yeah,
and it was that type of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, listen, when Mike lands that left hook and that right hand, he's going to sleep, son. Like that's the way my dad talks.
Yeah.
But he loved that aspect of it. I don't think you can get that same era of mystery anymore. Like you don't know, what Mike is. He was limping on the way to the ring.
What?
He couldn't pull the trigger.
Dragging his legs to the goddamn ring.
When they flashed back to him in the locker room too, his butt cheeks were just hanging, sagging out.
I love
Cheeks
that.
were out.
I fucking died.
It was a spectacle,
What the hell, bro?
I just don't know if you get that same casual audience that goes, oh yeah, we saw this before. We all felt like we were there in the venue. I looked at my dad and I watched the light go out of his face round by round.
Oh, I bet.
So I just,
Well, if you
I don't know
some
if you
limping,
can do that again.
You know some limping to the ring, you can't come back from that.
But gosh, the question is too, is like, is Floyd going to go in there, be so fast where he can just touch Mike's face whenever he wants? Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, Floyd is going to easily box around Mike the entire time. It'll be one of those things, and I think that Gervonta and Jake is going to end up this way. It'll be one of those things where it looks like a glorified spar, and both guys get their hand raised, and they make a shit ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah, goddamn. I hopefully with Gervonta Jake, though, it's not like that. Like,
I would wish. So do they have a clause in these contracts so they can't really try to put each other away?
No, I haven't. I know that people put that out online. I've never seen that ever be the case. Dylan Danis was kind of the first guy starting that, but I've never seen that be the case. Then again, I'm not looking at that kind of stuff, but you're talking about sanctioning bodies that would be under. I mean, boxing's a federally regulated sport, so
Yeah.
we'd have some people going to jail if that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
And I've been ringside for all Jake's fights, just ringside. And
Tyson
they're
one too?
punching each other for real.
What Guru said about that the other day, with he thinks it was Jake was paid not to finish, Mike. That sounds fucking. Or he had some sort of incentive to do that.
God.
I think.
yeah.
I mean, it looked like
I think Jake just. This is what I think about the Jake Mike fight. I think Mike hit him with a left hook in the throat in round 1, and Jake went, "Yeah, I don't want to get embarrassed in front of 150 million people,
Fuck.
so I'm gonna take it a little easier here and make this old man walk to me,
Yeah.
to move around a little bit." And Mike just didn't have the capability to do it. And after Jake threw a couple punches that were like, "Oh shit!" If he lands that, Mike's going to sleep. And after that, he was like, "What are we doing? I'm not gonna go in there and risk something. I'm gonna get out of here scot free." But
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: Jake's so much bigger than Gervonta. If he does land and Jake can punch. If he lands a right hand on him, it's gonna be a bad night for Gervonta. I fully believe that. I just think Gervonta's not gonna risk it by trying to exchange with him.
Yeah, he just maybe run away. Yeah, if Jake puts him on the ropes and punches his little ass through the ropes, who knows?
One shot, one big right hand. If it's clean, it's gonna
crack,
change
for sure.
everything.
Yeah.
he cracks hard.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, okay, say Jake does crack him and Tank just folds up to the ground. Looks like fucking that just doesn't look good. A guy that big just kind of standing over.
That's what I'm saying about if Jake
That's the
Mike
problem
Tyson
with
too.
these
Like
things.
that doesn't look good if he
No.
fucking flattens a 50-year-old.
Stands over him like, "What's up?"
You hear a guy in the crowd. He
God.
was limping there. He couldn't. He's making fun of it.
yeah,
Takes
it's
away
like
from his
Throat
win.
slashes and jumps on the ropes.
Just praying,
Gervonta's-
praying he wakes up.
Oh.
God damn it.
Can't have it, man.
dude.
Can't have it.
For sure. Well, do you have kids and a wife and stuff?
No kids. In a relationship right now with my girl. She it's kind of tough. We're doing long distance right now. But she lives down in North Carolina. I'm originally from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I live in Orange County, California now. So it's a bit of a difficult one. But she works in the sport of boxing, so we get to work events a lot together. Super fun.
So what's your
But hopefully, man, kids coming soon. I'm hoping that part of my life is next.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. So how many usually videos are you doing a week?
Oh man, we're cranking right now. So I entered into a deal, a licensing deal essentially with the Ring Magazine this year. So it's essentially a partnership where my content gets featured on their channel as well. And with that availability now, I've been able to crank out even more than I used to do. So I'm doing like maybe 4 or 5 videos a week
Dude,
now.
hell yeah.
And then the shorts and that, Tim, everything that you can do with that kind of stuff after. And it's been fun, man. I've been able to travel, work a ton of events, and just stay consistent, man. That's the YouTube game, is stay consistent.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes it's hard. You put so much effort into a video, you think it's going to bang, and it really doesn't.
Oh, I hate it.
You just got to
It's
move
the
on to the
worst,
next
man.
one. Just move on.
It's the worst. If you've got the right attitude, it took me 4 or 5 years to get that. I would get so frustrated, and I would get down in the dumps when I would see that 9 out of 10 or that 10 out of 10 or whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, like I put so much effort in. How is this happening? And it's just sometimes you have to let go of the process and embrace just the art itself. Embrace that what you're doing is what you want to do,
Yes.
regardless what that number says,
Dude, for sure. For sure. So you said you started a little bit of jiu-jitsu?
I just started. I mean, Dillion it was a wake-up call to be like, dang, man, I thought I could, just because I had my
He
little
could have
boxing
raped
match.
me if he wanted.
It was like, bro, this
Yeah.
is not a good look for me. I'm supposed to be this big dude, whatever. Not good. So there is a 10th Planet close to where I live here in Orange County, and I started going over there.
Sweet.
Nice.
I'm figuring it out little by little. The problem I'm having right now is that I'm not embracing the art of learning. I'm right now doing a lot of stalling and not wanting to get choked or not
Yes.
wanting to, where I need to just understand, like, I can't just raw power everything and let things just happen so I can learn the technique,
Dude, I mean, yeah, for sure. Once you start going into practice, be like, gosh, I don't need to just win every round. It's okay to get
Right.
submitted. It's okay to get tapped and figure out what mistake I made on the way to getting tapped and try to avoid those. The more you learn, the more you'll become obsessed with it and really start enjoying it, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, I think so. That's what happened when I started to train boxing. I had never done any combat sport. It was just football, and I started doing boxing, and it's completely different. And I don't know if you guys played, Tommy, maybe you or Joe, if you played other sports before you started combat sports.
I played football, wrestling,
yeah, they're unilateral movements, right? You move left arm, right foot, right arm, left foot. And especially in boxing, everything is on the same side. You jab, you step with your left foot. Your right hand, you turn over your back foot. And this is why you watch guys like LeBron and Russell Westbrook and some of these football players, when they punch, it's like they've never done anything athletically. You're like, how are you this crazy athlete and you don't know how to punch? It's so different. And I fell in love with it just because I was like, okay, this is a challenge. And after a little bit, I started to realize it wasn't as difficult. It's just a rewiring of things upstairs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the jiu-jitsu sore is a different kind of sore, isn't it?
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, my neck hurts after a session, probably because I'm getting choked every time I go in. My arms blow up like crazy. And it's probably because I'm not distributing things the right way, but my forearms it's insane. My legs, I'm like, I didn't even squat, do anything. Why do my legs hurt? My back, it's rough. It could be because I'm 33 now and it's getting into unk territory, but also jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I mean, even I've been doing it for a long time, and I think if you're doing it right, your forearms are always going to be really blown up at the end just because of just gripping and framing, and then people putting all their weight on you. What were you scouting out there, Joe? 33 uncle status?
Fucking years old.
Joe, this is the thing. I'm chronically online. These kids tell me I'm an unk every day. That's the problem. I got to get back in real life. You know?
I've been getting that a lot lately too.
What I wouldn't fucking do to be 33 again, you cocksuckers.
But hey, it's fine, Gramps.
Seriously. Good night. I'm just kidding.
Shoot, dude.
What are you guys having coming up next? I wanted to ask Tommy. I know obviously you're just off the fight, man. What's next though? What are you guys planning? Obviously, you got to sit down and talk with the people at the UFC. But are we looking to turn around quick here?
Yeah, I like to fight. I feel like I'm just getting to where I'm at in my career where I can get super busy on the right platform. So me and Timbo already back in the gym, picking apart the fight, focus on what we can get better at, and we'll get something booked as soon as I'm 100% healthy.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to just take so much from that fight. I mean, you're taking on a 7-0 guy, training partners with Arman Sarukian, who trains at American Top Team. He's training with top-level guys every day. And to be able to go 15 minutes like that, there's just so much stuff that we're excited to work on. And hopefully heal up, take some rest, and just get back to just trying to improve and hopefully get on the card in January.
Yeah, 100% January.
Yeah.
What you said about, like, how do you prepare for a fight like that? You don't, but the things you learn because you did what you did, how you did, survived the way you did, and came back and put it on him, that's invaluable to me. Like all the stuff that you learned that you couldn't have prepared for, now you are prepared for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like we already know Tommy's about it. We train with him every day, but other people don't know. They just see a bunch of first-round finishes. They don't really know. Like, so him to go and put that on and really show he's about it on the big stage and get fucked up like that in the first round and come back and dominate, get choked out, get dropped, and then be screaming in the guy's face in the third round, stalking him down, trying to take him out. I mean, it was pretty fucking epic. And I put in a fresh lip pillow, and my heart was fucking pounding.
I said, hey, Unc, watch this shit, bro.
Oh, God.
Fucking heart beating out of your chest.
Yeah.
I love that.
But 145 pounds,
man.
there's going to be so many exciting fights for Tommy.
Oh, so many. That's what I'm most excited for. Like, instantly, I was already kind of over the fight. I'm like, okay, like, I'm just so excited to be at this platform with all these other cool fighters in there and, like, the shows and the entertainment I'm able to put on for the fans. Like, I'm so excited to get busy.
And a lot of people, they're like, man, he looks sloppy. It's like, you don't understand how bad he was hurt in that first round, and your body's just, like, almost in panic mode, and you still were able to make it through the worst first round possible.
Yeah, no, like, that was, yeah. I mean, whole first round, I was not there. Even going in the second, I'm just barely getting my feet. Didn't really get my feet back under me till like later in the second, honestly, from getting cracked like that. It was.
Sometimes it takes a bit. Legs to come
just
back.
Wasn't there.
But I mean, not even just confidence, but just the survivability. Now you're like, when everything goes wrong, I know I'm still in fights, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure. Sometimes everybody thinks they hope they have heart. They think they can do that.
Yeah,
but
man.
just don't know until that shit happens.
I'm a very analytic person
For sure.
when it comes to fighting. I feel like now that I entered like a certain mode in my head and that third round, that flow state, I know I'm like programmed to do it. I know how to get there quicker, so be able to activate that a little sooner.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. I mean, I was telling Joe, it's such a hard thing to be able to, in the second and third round punch at like 70, 80%. More output. You're not trying to overswing. You're not trying to kill him with every shot, especially when as an amateur and as a beginning pro, you're cracking people with one shot and they're going down. Yeah. So you kind of fall in love with that, and it's hard to get back to just like, I just got to touch this guy's face.
And just all the wrestling exchanges, having that kid on my back the whole first round. I'm fighting for my life for like 5 minutes straight in that first round almost. It's like, dude, I exerted so much energy just to stay in the fight in the first round.
Yeah, just surviving.
Yeah.
For sure. And I'm excited too. I mean, we're dealing with a little bit of injuries coming in just to get back to full grappling, because this fight camp, I had to mostly have him just do circuits like I was talking about, and then some sparring. That's all we did.
That's the funny thing, bro. We're such good grapplers over here. Like, I didn't grapple at all that fight camp, and I just went out there and shut down a supposedly top world level grappler.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you were stuffing those takedowns. That was so
big time,
sick.
man.
Yeah, I didn't even grapple, so I'm like...
Yeah, I mean, that kid, you're going to see that kid go fucking far. He's a young kid. He did such a good job defending those chokes. So
yeah, that kid's tough.
You'll see him in the UFC very soon.
Tim, I wanted to ask you about that too. Like, you're seeing this new era of MMA, and Tommy kind of alluded to it. Strikers now are not just figuring out how to get up off the ground. They're starting to implement some negative or, takedown defense or anti-grappling that's changing the narrative, I feel like, of like what MMA has been for the last 5 to 6 years. The Dagestani grappling greats versus everybody else, right? Starting to change a little bit, though. It feels like, especially over the last year and a half, you're seeing guys that are predominantly strikers that have learned to get their hips in the right position or not get themselves on the cage or whatever, start to find ways around that.
I mean, a little bit. And then you got guys like Merab and Hamzat, and then now Magomed Ankalaev at 205. Those guys, I mean, they're such fucking strong grapplers, and they're so good at finding positions that it's where they're cooking the clock and they're just doing enough damage for the ref not to separate it. There's guys that are getting so good at that, like Merab.
Knee in the leg and whatnot.
Yeah. So, I mean, and there's not one American champion right now.
A lot of it too, though, is because a lot of these American grapplers, they do American like wrestling. These other the foreigners, a lot of them, they're doing like freestyle and Greco.
Yep.
It's like wrestling, and I'm lucky because I grew up kind of doing a lot of freestyle and Greco around like a freestyle heavy Greco gym as a kid, and always liked doing that kind of style wrestling more. So I feel like I'm just kind of one of the lucky individuals that have also wrestled the same kind of style that these Dagestan boys have.
Yeah, and
that's something I want to know. What is the difference? Because I saw that people really got on Bo Nickel for this too, because Bo was saying, hey, I'm going to out-wrestle Hamzat. I can out-wrestle this guy. What is the difference by the way Americans are training for grappling versus these Sambo guys that are kind of mixing it up?
I feel like it's hard to group Bo Nickel into any kind of category because he's one of a kind of dude's insane grappler, so I don't really know if that applies to him as well, but I feel like a lot of American grapplers, they shoot really low, slick ankle picks and stuff when you're grabbing shoes and wrestling. It's hard to do.
Yeah, and I mean, in Greco and freestyle, when it hits the mat, you're locking your hands.
All about
Greco,
control.
You're trying to lock your hands. Your grips are so strong. And collegiate wrestling, when it hits the mat, you have to separate your hands. You can't lock your hands. Okay. So the rides are a little different. So these guys that have been doing Greco and freestyle their whole life, their pinch and their S grip is so fucking tight. They get around your waist, and it's like, oh, I've never felt a grip like that.
Yeah,
that's a different fucking level of grip, and they can just hold it.
Gut wrench, man.
I'd say it's like the biggest difference is the control on top, the way them Greco and freestyle guys can control,
or against the wall on someone's back, for sure.
Same thing,
for sure. But who knows? Hopefully, I mean, goddamn, we gotta keep training them young, and
gotta get some Americans. Got to, man.
Yes, yep. We'll give Tommy Gunz a couple years. Give him a couple
Tommy
years.
Gunz, take us home, baby. Come on.
Let's go. Hey, well, Wade, great talking to you, brother. And guys, make sure you check out his channel. He's got a great channel, especially if you're a fan of boxing. He's one of the best to do it. So thanks a ton for popping on, brother.
Hey, I want to come down and train, man. I think it would be a great idea to learn from you guys, because I just love the way you guys go about training. And I've seen some of your videos, Tim, and again, just the way you push the Nelk kids and stuff. I really enjoy that. So I would love to come down.
Dude, welcome anytime. And once you come down, we'll do a in-person pod. We'll get some training, and we'll do some sweet stuff.
Heck yeah, man.
Sweet, brother.
I'm down.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Be safe.
Peace out, brother.
Peace.
All right. Yeah. So
how'd you get involved with him?
Nick said he had his contact, so I was like, that'd be cool to talk to him a bit.
That was really cool. Is that guy Steve Willis? He's not reffing anymore?
I swear to God, I saw him like 6 months ago, but I could be wrong. I could have been a rerun or something.
I just fucking love that bastard.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah, but dude, Tommy Gunz week, the weight cut, so good. I told him, I'm like, dude, your discipline these last 12, 13 weeks paid off huge. If you weren't that disciplined with your diet, you were skipping workouts here and there, you were smoking a bunch of weed, going to play poker. Like, I know you wanted to go play poker with everyone, but you said, no, fuck that. You committed to it, so disciplined. And without that, we might not have made it through that fight.
Yeah, that's 100% came down to that. I think it's a cool lesson too for all the younger kids around us watching, just like how they saw me go through the camps, the sacrifices I made, and still have to go through a war like that. I think it's a good eye opener for everyone, just like how real this shit is, and that's what it takes. I just remember thinking all camp, I knew this kid was gonna be tough, and I knew if I fight him 10 times. Not all 10 times I'm going to be able to finish him. I do confidently think I could finish that kid. There's dominant positions I was in, got caught by some shit. But I always knew in the back of my head there's going to be, a time where I fight this kid and I'm going to have to, go through a war. And that's where I was just making all those sacrifices, just being prepared for the worst case scenario. It was my whole life was on the line for this fight. And they gave me a tough Russian grappler kid, and so I knew what the stakes were, and I was just making sacrifices like I could.
Well, I mean, it takes a lot of balls, and it just shows your true confidence. I mean, when there's pressure on you, you weren't even in the UFC yet. You're about to get a contenders fight, and you're doing all the posts, all the socials, saying I'm gonna fuck this kid up, being really confident. It takes balls to do that. Yes. Most people are like, well, I'm not sure. I don't want to get roasted if I lose, and it's hard to do, and you did it, and then you had to back it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I know the game I play, and there's a reason when on the Contender Series Instagram page, you go look at all the face-offs. There's a reason my face-off got 5 times more views and comments and interaction than anybody else's, and it's just because of the character I am, and I got to be able to back that up, and I'm super happy that I got the chance to back it up in the most American gangster way possible. Mm-hmm. That was dope. Yeah, it was so sick. I want to do that shit again.
It was pretty cool for Sean and I just being back there, because it just seemed like it was a time lapse. Not long ago, we were back there with Shug about to walk out for Contender Series and just watching everything. It was just and then walking out corner with Shug was fucking so sick.
Full circle. That's what I was gonna say. You kind of mentioned that the other day after the fight. You were like, that was yours and Shug's first time ever in a big fight war like that, getting the corner together at the highest level. We're against Armin in the other corner, American Top Team, another big gym, and we gotta us 3 boys
just gotta go Great Falls.
Gotta go to war with them together, bro. It was so sick walking out with you 2 behind me, bro. I was just like, let's run it, bro.
Let's go. Yeah, that was pretty fucking sweet. After Tommy didn't want to go to the hospital, he's like, I don't need to go to the fucking hospital. They're like, you need to go. You need to get your shit checked out. He's like, I ain't fucking going. He started walking towards the seats. And
I walked back. Because they were trying to wheelchair me. I was like, just let me walk, whatever. And then, so I was walking to the ambulance. I was just thinking in my head, I was just like, dude, I'm pretty fine. I was like, do I have to go? And they're like, well, we can't really make you go. And I was like, well, let me just go get my contract. So I just turned around and started walking back, and they're like, oh no, you need to go. And then Shug had to end up coming in the back, and he's like, let's call Hunter.
Yeah. See
what Hunter says. If he says you're good to stay, then we can stay. I'm like, that's good. Let's just listen to the boss man, whatever they say. And they said, that the doctors are saying the kid should probably go, so he needs to go. So I was like, all right, I'll go.
Yeah. Yep. And then worked out, got the contract. Dana loved it. Loves fucking wars like that and scraps. And he just loved that you almost got finished and you fucking battled back. That's what he loves the most. So that was pretty fucking awesome. Diesel, how's your hand doing? It's looking good.
It's fucking throbbing like a fucking hemorrhoid, man.
It's not looking good, dude.
Holy
we need to go. Maybe we need to go get that looked at.
I just don't hide it behind the chair, bro.
She's looking just fine. She's fine.
Let's laugh at him, huh? What if I had to cut this motherfucker
Don't let that thing touch any of the surfaces in here.
Yes,
we're going to have to disinfect it.
All right.
You ever thought about hitting maybe an urgent care for a little x-ray?
No. No, it wasn't the... It could be broken.
It definitely might be, dude.
This might be, bro.
I think because this hand's just full of steel, so it doesn't break. But this old boy's had he's been good, so he has a lot of bone in there.
Yeah.
I think he might be broken. Yeah, I might spend the weekend at the DR, who knows?
I didn't even think about that. Now we can't play pickleball for sure.
Can't I?
No.
Can't. I don't. He's off the pickleball.
Because you're not. Yeah. So,
if it's not broken, I'll be good.
well, can you make a fist?
like a bird's
Just
beak.
fine. Yeah. Just fucking fine.
Oh, I'm just.
Well, what's on the agenda for the weekend, boys? Maybe play a little poker, relax.
Play some poker, relax a
You
little
been eating
bit.
anything good?
I had some in Vegas. I had Carbone's, one of my favorite Italian restaurants. So got some pasta in that day. Last night had some really good Mexican street tacos.
Mm-hmm. An American white woman?
I did actually.
What about a white woman?
Went and picked up one of the little shotties and had myself a
Pound of
great night.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. You see my fight, my boy?
Oh, God. We've lost him already.
We've lost him already. That's fucking.
All right, boys and girls. Thanks for watching the show. Make sure you give Tommy Gunn and Joe Riggs a follow. And every week, patreon.com/RedHawk Academy, there's a free no commercials podcast, and it's really juicy. Comes out every week. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like and subscribe button and comment your thoughts below. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Peace out, gang.